lessons involve contracts. Welcome back to Pisces TV with Montana B. This is your daily vibe, Pisces, for the collective Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising, wherever Pisces may fall in your chart. If you have, I think I say if you have one in your environment, but keep in mind tarot is entertainment. So if it doesn't resonate, you don't have to try and force it, all right? As we get started today, I did notice, based on the moon placement, that a lot of us may be finishing up projects, dealing with unfinished business, or just, self-time, personal space may be of essence so you can think, whether you're trying to start something new or close out something old. So I did post in the community board, if you're interested in personal readings, to help you understand what should I release, what should I move toward, because it looks like we're all trying to build some abundance or security. Maybe even has something to do with partnership, teamwork, or family, but definitely some finances for some of you. Check the community board. Again, for any product specials, the Etsy store link is in the description box if you're interested in any of the products and services, as well as the tarot course, business consultations, and much more. I also offer past life regression help if you're into that. Some people travel all over the world for that mystical, magical help, and I am now available to give that to you. So if you are interested in relieving yourself from past blocks, we can get started with that. Otherwise, just appreciate you guys being here. And for all of the newcomers, if you feel pulled to like, share, subscribe, the thumbs up, I really do appreciate those. We have a contest going now if you're interested in winning a personal reading, and I'm already making another contest for December that I'll be talking about soon. Okay, so stay posted. That's why you should subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you receive the alerts, so that you see the post, and before the products are all sold out, you get those coupon codes and all of those benefits. So we're going to get started with the icebreaker. If you are interested in the extended to this video or just joining us in the members section, the link to Patreon is also in the description box. And all of my Shark members, your gifts are still being sent out this month. I'm trying to decide how I want to do it. Okay, but within the month, as long as you get your gift, everything's cool. So if you didn't know, guys, my Shark members do get products or services from my Etsy store free of charge once a month. Okay, so if you're interested in that, get down with the get down. So Pisces, this is your energy. Current situation, we have the Hangman. All right, so this talks about waiting, possibly feeling stuck, wanting answers, sacrifices that have to be made. This one is, hung upside down. So there's a theory behind the feet not being planted on the ground. So it talks about a lack of security for some, but this is your energy, and I'll take a clarifier on that. The Hangman with the King of Discs just talks about like sacrificing security. So I don't know if it's a project you're working on, a relationship you're stuck in, but it's like you're giving something up or letting something go for a commitment that you're holding. I'm not sure if it's really productive. For some of you, that could be counterproductive, something you're holding on to that may be taking away from an ideal partner or generating abundance. Now, what I do like as your advice card, right, because this is the conflict for some of you, is this King of Pentacles. But if your current energy is in the Hangman and the King of Pentacles is in the conflict, it definitely talks about wisdom, building security, and abundance. The King of Pentacles is very grounded, whereas the Hangman, of course, does not have the feet on the ground. So we need to turn this card upside down, right? When we go over to the Three of Pentacles and you see this family unit within this blanket, it talks about wholeness, abundance, creating something, and teamwork. So you could maybe possibly need to be open to teamwork or others or some different elements to come in your situation to help generate and create abundance, okay? So it's like you may be waiting on something, but need to take action. Others of you, there's like lessons that you could learn that have something to do with taking action and or your environment. A team player where, some of you, it's kind of like needing support could halt you. Others of you, teamwork and being able to work with others and function could be halting you. But I noticed that this is the Hangman and the number 12 with the Three of Pentacles is the number 3. So 2 and 1 is 3. and the 3 of discs would be 3. So I thought about the angel numbers 33, or, you know, if you're into light codes or master numbers or whatever like that, that is a very grounded earth energy. Whereas the 11 is more spiritual. For me, the 22 talks about action and like a work ethic. And then the 33 talks about a level of mastery. So this could even be self-mastery. All right. So as we get started with the reading, we will see, as the daily vibes are general, may not specifically be love, finances, you know, family or work. But I feel that for some of you, this could be not taking advice or listening to too much advice. All right. Because I saw the 5 of Swords. And in this deck, the 5 of Swords has her holding on to the baby. You can see the baby visibly. And then there's a hand of a man holding her. But in the 5 of Swords, the owls are surrounding her, kind of trying to pull her back out of something. Okay? Now, if it talks about wisdom with the owls, it's like trying to pull you away from something that you're a part of. Now, that could be for better or for worse for some of you guys. And that could have you stuck if there are others in your environment kind of holding you back. Okay? Now, the Knight of Cups and the Lovers, this Knight of Pentacles could be the ideal partner for some of you, a very romantic, passionate individual. I do see that. It also talks about, for some of you, your path and your purpose. As I look at this 5 of Pentacles, the Gemini energy represents the North Star, okay? And the Knight of Cups represents moving forward with your heart. But notice how he's super, super focused on the cup. So it's like maybe something about the emotion. And with wisdom, that takes a lot of air energy and also groundedness, right? So something about the emotion, something about your path. Now, if the Knight of Cups is like on his or her path, keep in mind that the Knight of Cups does not click well with outside elements, because the Knight of Cups, you know, wants something, likes something, and may have put a lot of emotion into it, but not a lot of thought, right? Not a lot of practical energy, and could also be easily emotionally manipulated, okay? So where it talks about learning your lessons, where I saw kind of getting stuck in situations, just be mindful of that. With the 3 of Pentacles here, you may receive some communication about a new beginning, especially if this is in your career sector or from a secret admirer. Now, everybody be cool, because we did have a reading about obsessions and stalkers coming back up. Be cool. I don't think it's that. For others of you, the 3 of discs that talks about creative or being creative energy. I got the Hangman again, but with Capricorn. Capricorn talks about releasing yourself from this. So whatever you're kind of stuck on, I feel like these are negative internal thoughts. This could be codependency. This could be self-sabotage. It could be Capricorn in your chart, and also what Capricorn is doing on an astrological level. But I do feel like it's releasing yourself from something. Okay, so we'll get into that and see what it is. Now, I saw the Lovers, which talks about freedom, okay, in relationships. And the Devil card usually talks about the binding of relationships, all right? So whatever that relationship could be, it could be with money, it could be with people, it could be with family, you know. So there's definitely some unfinished business or something that either is coming to you or that you need to be released from. So as we talk about the moon, here we have the 7 of discs, which represents a cycle of time where we're waiting, we're reflecting. We may have made some investments. Investments may be a term used, you know, in your life for one reason or the other. Investments you've made, getting investors in your business, what you need to invest in, what you are investing in. But it's the twiddling of the thumb, right? Something has been done, right? And now we're looking at the growth. So has it grown? Have you grown? This could be a growing process, okay? Process of elimination to grow something. I do have the King of Discs still at the bottom. And then we have the Magician, which the number 7 is a Pisces number. And I feel like 777 or, you know, the 7 of Cups and all that kind of energy has some type of association with the Magician, all right? So instead of the Seven Cups, which talks about confusion, I like that. The Seven of Discs talks about growth. But we don't need to wait. Now the Magician in a love reading could represent the one. And in your life path, it represents just you taking what you have and making something of it, something new. Now, some of you have already started projects, so something new with reflecting on past investments definitely supports the idea of this whole unfinished business thing. Now, in the center of the reading, the tree is being burned down. When I think of the tree, I think of the Emperor. So when I say releasing yourself from something, it could be the Emperor's control, all right? The Four of Wands talks about fate and destiny and something that may happen in divine timing. At the bottom of the deck, we do have the star. I like that. Again, the star represents your hopes, your wishes, your dreams. The Four of Wands talks about fate and timing with the Seven of Discs, and the Magician is saying that all the tools that you need, you have them. And notice that in this deck, the Magician is holding the Merkaba, right? Which is manifesting. Now, I have just coincidence, but I did load today, if you're interested in seeing it, I have the Soul Star Metatron's Cube manifesting spray. So all of you guys that may have purchased the Magician spray, I did note that this one is even more potent. So if you want to check that out, go to the community board for that. Now, something about the past, I have the Knight of Wands here. Now, even though the Knight of Wands represents optimism and drive, swiftness, even something that happens really, really fast, or maybe something took off fast and now it's more in a reflective state. Like, we started off fast, but I don't know if we should slow down. I don't know if this is what I want. I don't know if we should keep going. Could be for some of you. Others of you, this represents the South Node. So where we were just talking about Gemini and the North Node with the Knight of Cups, here is South Node in the Knight of Wands, and it also represents Sagittarius season, okay? Because that is the energy of Sagittarius. The Eight of Cups is at the bottom of the deck, which also represents unfinished business. Something left alone, something that went undone, something that was lost, okay? As she's covered in this Leo little blanket or whatever, she may have had to develop her courage, or you may have had to develop the courage to walk away from something, to come out of those Seven of Cups, which talks about fears, confusion. Some of that is kind of tied into the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands is that tricky energy that will take us out there into the center of that crossroad where it's all fun and games at first and everything's happening so fast, but before you know it, you kind of confused. Having withdrawals and all kind of things. Okay, so I'm glad that's coming up in the past position. Now, crowning your thoughts, there is a need to have more confidence. I feel that the self-sabotage, I do feel like if you're trying to attract someone, there's a need to be yourself, your true self, to get out of your comfort zone, but have more confidence. You have the Queen of Wands crowning you. All right, so if I thought about the triage of the Mother, Maiden, and Crone, I wonder where the Queen of Wands falls in that, right? Because she would, as you can see in this deck, she's holding the cup. So it's not the energy of the person who's very sexual that does what it takes to have the children. There's a mature phase or more nurturing phase of taking care of the children because she's holding the little cub. And so if that's what's crowning you, it's definitely nurturing and attraction. Now, what I do like is that typically the Queen of Wands is seen with lions. And so in that Eight of Cups with the little girl and having that lion kind of like cover on, this is gaining courage. And this is associated with that Queen of Wands energy. So with this unfinished business, I feel that it has something to do, again, with the moon cycle, because the Queen of Wands is my grandmother card. And the grandmother is the moon. So if the moon is currently crowning you, then that would be crown energy, I feel. But it's like, this is my crown card. And with the Seven of Discs, just talking about the timing of the moon, where we're at the drawing board, kind of revising our plans, reassessing situations. And like I said, for some of you guys, it does talk about fate. For some of you, this timing. And with the Knight of Wands, it could talk about something from the past. So I should definitely title this Unfinished Business. Now something is hidden from you, and now we're at 2 sevens. I'm going to like flip over if we get to 3. But as you can see, the 7 of Wands here, where it talks about the hidden. The Magician is surrounded by all of these 7s, and I don't think that's any coincidence, where it talks about seeds that have been planted. And then it talks about the 7 of Swords, where that's either hidden, deception. Someone could have taken something from you. It could be an issue of trust somewhere, or just getting into the unknown. But in the near future, it's like something may be coming that you have no idea about, because the 4 of Wands with the Wheel of Fortune definitely talks about fate and destiny. And as we talk about the Moon with the 7 of Swords, it definitely talks about the hidden, okay? The Hermit. So not only did you come in with the Hangman energy, here we have the Hermit. And the Hermit is an energy of separation. Look, we have the Lovers here. We have the 8 of Cups here. So it talks about unfinished business and dealing with relationships of any kind. And then it also talks about observation, and where we talked about the need for bravery. This Page of Swords is wearing the dragon, because it's like she may not know everything. She may not be the Queen or the King of Swords, but this is the pure essence of the energy of the sword suit. And the dragon just represents the willpower within her to kind of stand her ground. It also talks about the expansive knowledge and the ability to retain. All right, so there could be someone communicating with you that's holding back, waiting for the right time for some of you guys. I also have the 10 of Disc here. So when I said burning down the Empress tree, if this isn't a family situation for some of you, the 10 of Pentacles represents the ideal couple, the ideal life, a completion where the King of Pentacles like finds self or comes together with the Queen of Pentacles. It also has the energy of the Page, which is something that we've paid attention to, something that we've taken our time with. It also talks about destiny in a sense as well, because if we talk about tradition, okay, and I mentioned the Emperor and burning that tree down with the energy of the tree of life. So it's kind of like this fire could represent a rebirth of some sort. And then the tree of life could talk about the Kundalini energy, could talk about abundance, could talk about family, could talk about the ideal partnership, a lot of things, okay? Now, in your hopes and fears, here's that 8 of Cups again. Someone who may have come and gone. It also talks about things coming back from the past, what you've lost in the past, or things from your past that you may need to walk away from and have the confidence to do it, to kind of rebuild your life, even though that may mean that you'll have to do it alone, which takes us back to codependency. Like, I haven't let go of some of these situations because I don't want to be by myself, but time for yourself may lead you to healthier relationships and circumstances, okay? So the outcome card, we have the High Priestess, so double like moon energy. This is where my moon and Queen of Swords energy comes from. And then this is like being pregnant with something and then like giving birth and taking care of that something. So I do definitely like that energy. The High Priestess with the Knight of Wands is not a committed energy, but what they have in common, I feel, is this energy of the moon, the energy of lightning and thunder, the energy of creation and power. And the High Priestess does have that. She's very mysterious, like the 7 of Swords, and she may hide, you know, what she thinks and what she feels for the best reason, though. Okay, so some of you could have felt at a loss because maybe something was withheld, somebody was distant, and, you know, it takes a little bit more than you are willing to give to get them to open up. But I think, you know, you could have had a little bit more confidence to work with that situation, but we will talk about it in the extended. And as I mentioned, the Queen of Swords, here she is, where it talks about intelligence. And the Ace of Swords could talk about this abundance that you may be giving birth to. And it's like on your mind, it's like what you're going to spend it on. If you're giving birth to abundance and the Queen of Wands is sitting holding this cube, it's like, what am I going to spend it on? What am I going to do with it? okay? Could even be talking about the law of attraction. I didn't see the Justice card, but the Queen of Swords will suffice. And if this is where we leave off, guys, definitely appreciate you stepping in. If you'd like to join us on the other side, the link to Patreon is in the description box. Until next time, namaste.